Tennessee fan.
Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
His own mother slapped the stork that delivered him.
And Kale Hall.
He doesn't deserve to be in this business. He deserves to have been blackballed.
Rob and Kale Podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining
I'm not
us.
ashamed no more.
We have a jam-packed show for you tonight. All kinds of great stuff to talk about as we react from the college football weekend. And I tell you what, I'm supposed to have Carolina Jackpot joining me here on the program, but I don't have Carolina Jackpot. It looks like
we kicked him off tonight because his program is irrelevant. So the Tennessee Clown is going to be joining you tonight for commentary, Rob. I hope you're okay with that, sir.
Okay, that sounds great.
I need you to drop me about $100 super chat so I can put it down in the ticker box below, and I'm going to put you on the Wall of Fame.
You're going to put, okay.
You are going to go on the Wall of Fame along with your lovely wife. Thank you, sir.
I can go on the Wall of Fame? I can go on the Wall of Fame?
You will go on the Wall of Fame.
Okay, well, there's that. Well, hey, we got a lot to talk about this evening, and we'll start, obviously, with why
tonight it's Scott Benny's come in and catch some football. New York plays at San Francisco College.
My stuff is going crazy here. Anyway, so why do I have the Tennessee Clown with me tonight? I don't understand. Well, what have you done with Carolina Jackpot?
We had to bury him just like we buried that sorry football team last night. Captain Woodland over in the comment section says, LOL the jealousy. We have nothing to be jealous for, sir. Our football team is #1 in the state of Big Orange, Tennessee. Woo!
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Tennessee Clown. What do you think of Spencer Rattler?
He's garbage. Just like I told you he was. He's garbage.
Well,
the whole team is garbage.
Is a quarterback garbage if he, in 2 games, it goes 54 for 72 with 6 touchdowns through the air and 1 on the ground and 1 interception? Is that garbage?
He's always been garbage.
Oh, okay. Well, would you like to respond to this comment from Spencer Rattler? Because he did say something after the game last night that I think might have irritated some Tennessee fans, but I'm not sure. So I'll play this comment for you. You tell me what you think, okay? Here we go. Spencer Rattler last night.
I can't do this shit anymore.
It was like their Super Bowl tonight, so congrats to them. And credit to them, they did a great job. It was like their Super Bowl tonight, so congrats to them.
Yeah, well, Rattler basically telling him point blank, fuck off. That's basically what he went with.
That's exactly what he did because he knows they're thin-skinned as fuck. It doesn't matter if they win, lose, or draw. They're still going to cry. So, just like, never mind. We'll get into it later.
Chris Foster says, LOL, having to count last season's stats. All I'm saying is that when Spencer Rattler plays Tennessee, he looks forward to it. because he goes 54 for 72, 6 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground. I'm sorry that if a quarterback from a university that doesn't have the tradition that you used to have at Tennessee, because you don't have it now, owns your fucking team. When he steps on the field, the student section is chanting his name, and he's making comments like this after the game because that's how irrelevant that you are.
And credit to them, they did a great job. It was like their Super Bowl tonight, so congrats to them.
Devin Hayes, what did he say? What did he say that was so wrong? He says they played great tonight.
They said they played great.
Gave him credit. I mean, what the fuck do you want him to do? You know, I'm so sick and tired of people sitting here bashing this guy for every fucking move that he makes. Is he supposed to be fucking perfect? What is he's 22 years old? You know, everybody has had it out for this guy ever since, 2007 fucking teen or whatever, when he was 16 years old, because he got on some QB1 show and was acting like a jerk when he was 16. How many of us acted like a jerk when we were 16? I know I did. You probably did. Everybody else in the super chat who's over 16, you probably did as well. So,
they asked
Foster, fucking
Foster, they asked
jackasses.
Foster was about why he hasn't been here. Well, I'll tell you why he hasn't been here, because his team's been the shit. He said the show hasn't been worth watching, so we'll just put him in timeout for a little bit. That way he doesn't have to comment.
Kevin Woodland said it was Carolina Super Bowl. Josh Pate said that Rattler was a greasy spot. You know what? That bald fucker can fuck off too. He ain't never played a damn meaningful fucking football in his damn life. Everybody on that damn offensive line that he calls, that they call soft or whatever, would pancake his sorry ass. Fuck.
There you go. Well, I put Chris in timeout for a little bit because he said the show wasn't.
I haven't seen him over here in like a month or two. I guess somebody pissed him off.
The last time we saw him was before the Florida game. Basically, what it boiled down to.
Daniel Gregory says Kale is so butthurt. I mean, well, what am I supposed to be excited? I'm glad that we lost. I mean, I'm supposed to be running around here cutting cartwheels. This is my fat ass can do a cartwheel. Singing from the mountaintops with joy that we got our ass beat by an average fucking team. Is that what I'm supposed to be happy about? I call it angry and pissed the fuck off.
I hate to break it to Tennessee, but you're not that good. You're not that good.
No, they're not.
They're really not. And Jackpot.
They're running around. Half of them are running around the internet today talking about what they're going to do when they beat Georgia this year. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Elijah Allen with the smartest comment that a Tennessee fan has ever made. Remember, guys, it was nothing Tennessee did. It was what South Carolina didn't do. Very good, sir. Very good. Goodness. All right, so should we let Chris from Georgia on? Or
no, I don't want to hear from him. We need to break down what happened the rest of the way across.
All right,
so there you go. Played a game yesterday. We're not even talking about. I really don't care.
Hold on. Hey, Chris, we don't want to hear from you. Have a great day. There you go. So there you go.
I didn't say I didn't want to hear from him, period. I mean, he's welcome to call back in later on.
Yeah, later on.
I mean, but we need to get through the opening stuff. We haven't even done our Dennis Wilson bullshit segment yet.
It's not a bullshit segment. It's Dennis Wilson's Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot, sir.
Dennis Wilson's trash.
It's not trash, sir. I will not sit here and let you beseech the name of our sponsor, sir.
Devin Hayes says so soft. So, I mean, if the tables had been flipped and South Carolina had beaten you last night, I'm sure every one of you would have been over here congratulating them on a good game, talking about how well they played, and saying, hey, let's move on to the next week, guys. Which I fucking did today when I made a recap video. I didn't do much of it, but I congratulated them. Whatever. I offered some prayers up for your player that's tore up, and nobody wants to say nothing about that, huh? Nobody wants to say nothing about that. They just want to say I'm soft because I'm sitting here bitching and I'm angry. Fuck off. I tell you what, never mind. I'm not even going to get into what happened on that other live stream tonight over on that other channel that I was watching. What?
Wait, I missed. Can you give me the condensed version?
Okay. So, you know what happened yesterday with the spoof I did on Boogie Bentley from the Talking Vols channel, which Thursday night I was in a live stream over on BVD's channel. He just I don't want to see that son of a bitch. He kept on wanting me to try to try to hash it out with him. Hash it out. You know, we need to bury the hatchet. And he's a good guy because BVD is because he wants to be a peacemaker and he don't like to see people arguing. And I get that. But, I mean, hey, this is life. People are not going to like each other. People are not going to agree with the way certain individuals do things. And, hey, that's okay. It makes us all different, right? So we had to get him in here on the live stream. I was trying to get out of the thing and end it before he actually came on there because I didn't want to deal with him. It's kind of like somebody trying to make you meet a girl that you don't want to go out with, and they keep on pushing on you. So here he is. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm tired. I've been here live streaming for an hour. I'm ready to go to bed. I got to get up at 3 a.m. to go deliver some tater chips. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, I accept your apology. Great, whatever. Let's get out of here. I have more respect for BVD than to get into a bunch of drama on his channel, which some more drama ensued anyway because Mr. Slim Shady Canes was there. And he sees right through this fake sumbitch, and he wasn't going to have any of it. But everybody in that stream that was watching, they turned against Slim Shady Canes like he's the bad guy, like he said or did something wrong. Guy didn't do anything wrong. That Booger Bentley fucker can push people's buttons, and he knows how to do it because he likes to talk over people. He likes to dominate a damn conversation and not let you get in a damn word edgewise. So that happened. Right. I make a spoof of him yesterday. And then BBD says something in the comment section yesterday, and I had said something about somebody said, "Where did you say they didn't do your face?" And I said, I have more respect for BVD than to get involved in drama on his channel. BVD responded to that. I appreciate that jackpot in big capital letter, tall capital letter, right? But then tonight, he makes a live stream, and the whole thumbnail talks about how he's done being a peacemaker between two people. And then he's on there talking about me, and then he's not going to have me back on his channel anymore. Whatever. I mean, I don't care. I'm sorry that I pissed you off. I mean, I didn't mean to hurt the guy's feelings, didn't mean to ruin his live stream, didn't mean to ruffle his jimmies. I still think BVD is a real good guy. He's a nice fella. I don't like Boogie Bentley because I think he's fake. I don't like anybody who sits here and champions how much super chat money that somebody gives them and tries to put it out as if it's more important than the other person who really couldn't give anything or only gave $2 or $3 because that's all they have to give you on their channel. And that reminds me of back when I was growing up, or not when I was growing up, when I was in my early 20s and I'd just gotten married. And I was attending a particular church, a particular place of worship, because they were building a new educational building. And, you know, they had some people stand up one Sunday in the service about stand up if you gave $5,000 for building towards the building and offering over the past year. Or stand up if you've done 1,000. And it was like they were pointing out all the people who had given them some. Well, me and my ex-wife at the time had given like $20 a week maybe. So we maybe gave them like a total of $300 or $400. We couldn't really give a lot, because I didn't have the money. And that made me feel some type of way. So I stopped going to that place of worship. That's kind of what that makes me feel like. If I was a Vol fan or whatever that watched that hey, Jimmy Jack from Cleveland, Tennessee, or Joe Bob from Oneida, Tennessee is better than me because he can give $100 and I can't afford to do it. And that kind of shit pisses me off. I think it's fake. He's sitting on here chapping his jaws to Slim Shady Canes about how much. Tell me about your channel and show me your W-2s and how much did your channel make. Slim Shady Canes don't even have a channel that produces videos. It's just a YouTube account so he can chat and converse with everybody else. I mean, it's so clearly uneducated. And then talking about your W-2s. Dude, they ain't even W-2s. They're 1090s or 1099s if you're an independent person working on YouTube. You don't have no W-2s. You have that if you're working for a corporation or working for some entity.
All right. Well, first of all, I haven't gone back and watched that show, and it's no offense to BVD. I think BVD is a cool guy. He's the only guy I'll listen to as far as.
Sometimes we don't have time to go back and watch everything, Rob. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's true because you and I both work. We have shit to do. Exactly. I've heard Skinny J's got his thing that he's got to do and all that. I absolutely 100% cannot even remotely think these talking Vols people are worth a damn. Because
and you know who I really want to, and I hope he sees this, who I really want to apologize to in that situation is Sports Talk Jay. because he actually runs. He does semi-serious Tennessee work, but he likes to throw a little humor in there too. He runs the best channel out of any of us. So, and that includes the Talking Balls too. And I really want to sincerely apologize to him because he was an innocent bystander in all this, and he was kind of down there just kind of grinning and like, when's this going to be over? You know, he clearly wanted to not be there.
Well, but look, and by the way, I want to put my 10 cents on this too, as I'm watching my dog try to eat a paper plate from my daughter. No, so here's the thing. The video that Jackpot put out yesterday was an absolute spoof. And if that bothered someone, then you're absolutely just too soft. You're just completely too soft. It's just sad that people are just so soft when it comes to that stuff.
Dirty
anyway.
South Connection says, "Hey Crockpot, why did you delete Tennessee pregame trash talk video?" I didn't delete anything. I have a short video up on there. I have what was it? Oh yeah, I did a live stream that was like 2 minutes long when I went to the grocery store. I did delete it because it's irrelevant, really. Sorry. I said everything in the short video that you need to know. That's a better condensed version anyway. So
Mr. Outlaw says he probably gets people to pay super chats for his channel to boost people up to pay super chats. Bob is faking it for the tube. Well, look, and once again, people will come out and say, well, y'all are just upset because of the channel that they have. Look, you can go and make your own channel and do your own thing. Okay. The thing that gets me though, is that we're completely different than they are. All right. They want to be a Tennessee channel that has just the best Tennessee stuff. And, Tennessee was where football was invented. And that's just the way that it is there. And if you like that kind of thing, then that's fine. Then that's the channel for you. We don't do that. We try to be as honest as we can here. We goof, but Jackpot will set the light on his live stream. He called his own team a bunch of sorry motherfuckers and said you need to block and stop being bitches and all kind of stuff. I doubt you'll hear that anywhere on Swalls Network or whatever. So,
respond to Jerry over there. He said that Presbyterian victory, a non-scholarship Presbyterian victory over Wofford, make news in the upstate. I honestly, Jerry didn't even know it happened until Rob or somebody said something about it.
Yeah.
Like I used to really follow the FCS teams around here. I really don't that much anymore because once again, I just don't have a heck of a lot of time to pay attention to them. But Wofford's not any good anyway. They're like a shell of what they used to be. I saw they played UT Chat yesterday and they were like a 20-point underdog. I'm not sure how much they lost by.
All right. Anyway, let's bring in Mike. I don't know Mike. Mike was new to the channel. Mike, what do you have for the program?
Oh, I'm not new to the
He's
channel.
the Wake Forest man.
Oh, hi,
I'm a
Mike.
Demon League man.
Oh, well, how are you, sir? How the fuck did you guys lose to Georgia Tech? Please explain that to me.
We turned the ball over 5 times.
Gotta love it.
That's exclusively the reason. See, this is Tater Man. We're like bedfellows in a weird way because it's the same stuff. More yards, more first downs, time of possession. We just turned the ball over 5 times, and it was still a one touchdown game. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Do I have to put Paul's name down on the ticker on the bottom, Jackpot, since he gave us a $20 super chat? Does that mean
Please
his name
do.
is on the bottom? Oh.
Please do.
Holy shit. Well, anyway, what else you got there, Wake Forest, man?
Well, we play each other this week.
I know, right?
So, do you have any thoughts on the game? I'll be nice this time.
Well, I think
you're in for a long night. Little Clemson's pissed off. They think they should have been ranked. And the AP poll that came out today, and they were way down there in the others receiving votes category with West by God, Virginia. Isn't it crazy that everybody in the preseason, there are a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. So West Virginia is going to be trash. They're going to fire their coach and be lucky to win 3 games this year. Hell, they knocked off, who was it, Texas Tech at home. I think they won yesterday. I might be wrong. And they're in the other receiving votes category with Clemson. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Wait for it.
Yeah, I think that you're going to have some issues this week, sir. I think Dave Clawson's a hell of a coach, but I think he's out of the mix right now. But there you go.
And I really thought that they would be just as decent as they have been, would just keep rolling along because he always seems to find a quarterback that fits that system good. And maybe he has, but he might be missing some other key pieces. I don't think they played yesterday. But
They didn't, no.
the way they lost to Georgia Tech, they were actually getting blown out by Georgia Tech. They came back to make the score look respectable, didn't they?
Well, actually, so first off, you say rolling along. I mean, we have one loss, and it was a very ugly loss. I admit that. But we turned the ball over 5 times. We were down by a touchdown with 2 minutes left in the red zone, and we turn it over again. So, yeah, it's a bad loss. I mean,
I've interviewed Coach Clawson a couple of different times, and when I ask him about his offensive philosophy, he says the biggest thing is that we cannot turn the ball over. If we turn the ball over, he said the percentages go up on us as far as our ability to win. And he said we have to win the turnover battle every game simply because of the type of offense that we play.
which is fair.
Yeah.
But Clemson has a little bit of a turning the ball over problem too, right?
Yeah. Klubnik's turning the ball over a good bit. I don't think he had a pick yesterday, but I mean, it's like he's a sophomore, but he's a freshman this year. And I'm not making excuses for him, but we'll see.
All right, I do have one question, and then I'll leave y'all.
Sure.
When Wake Forest beats Clemson, are y'all going to rush the field?
Well, sir, once again, and I hate having to be the guy.
I'm sorry. Will you meet on the paw?
Every game, regardless of whether win or lose, they meet on the paw.
So it's confirmed for the record, when Wake gets the win, y'all will rush the field.
They'll still meet the paw regardless of what happens. So there's that. I did put up Paul's name on there with the super chat jackpot on the bottom, with the little banner on the bottom there. There you go. Thank you, Paul. Has Beamer missed on his coordinators? That's a fair question. What do you think, Jackpot?
I think that I think it's too early right now to tell on Dowell Loggins. Ultimately, he's responsible for the entire offense, but that offensive line, I don't know. He doesn't have a lot to do with that. So I mean, his play calling looked great. The first 4 games or whatever, play calling looked great against Georgia. Hard to tell if his play calling last night looked good or not in a lot of situations because they were facing some pressure. So I mean, I think the jury's still out on him. With Clayton White, I'm not too happy with them right now. I mean, that defense it's taken a real big step back this year, and I knew it was going to take a little bit of a hit and a little bit of a step back. But in the game against Notre Dame in the Gator Bowl, we were playing with virtually the same players that we were going to be playing with this year, and they look better now. They did end up getting into kind of a shootout there and lost that one. So there you go with that. But I would have thought after the spring and then getting into summer and then coming out here, they would have been a lot better. They've gave up too many yards through the air last week to Mississippi State. The game, it should not have been close. It's because they were trying to stop the rush game, and I get that. But, I mean, why didn't you do that last night? I mean, why did you not sell out to stop the run last night? Because Joe Milton, sorry, Tennessee man, and you know it to be so, he ain't nowhere near the quarterback that Will Rogers, much more accurate. So I don't understand that.
I think Clayton White needs to be called into question because you have 1 week where you get gouged on the ground, then 1 week where you get gouged through the air.
Here's what I don't understand is how fucking long are we going to go before we start seeing some linebacker play? I don't understand that. I mean, it's been 3-4 years with the same old crappy linebacker play through through this regime. This went back into the Will Muschamp days.
I think that Stone Blanton is a hell of a linebacker. I think that he is an SEC caliber linebacker. There were SEC teams that wanted him. So the question is, I mean, he's got the physical capabilities. The linebacking coaches need to develop that young man into an SEC linebacker because it's not
they probably wanted him for a depth guy.
But it's not like you imported this guy from Dartmouth to play on a linebacker. He's not. I mean, he is a legitimate SEC talent. He just needs to be coached up. So, and that falls on Clayton White. Now, if it continues to be a problem and it goes on and on and on and on and on, then it goes from a Clayton White problem to a Shane Beamer problem because he's allowing Clayton White to put a substandard product on the field. So that's the way that I look at that. But anyway, we got to thank our sponsors in a moment, but let's welcome Tom to the show. Tom, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just, I mean, Alabama got a pretty decent win over Mississippi State. I mean, nothing flashy, just old school football. Defense played a little suspect at times, but nevertheless, it.
Tom. Mississippi State sucks, asshole, Tom.
Right. I understand that. I was talking about Alabama's performance. I felt like.
Oh, but you really judge that performance on the fact that they played a team that sucks, asshole, Tom.
Yes, but you can still judge your team's execution regardless of who they play. You still got to execute. It still comes down to execution technique, blocking, tackling, running backs hitting the right holes. I mean, Alabama, so does South Florida. But you see how crappy Alabama played against South Florida. That was a complete disaster of a game.
Well, they had Jeff Scott's players, sir. I'm not going to sit here and let you beseech the name of Jeff Scott on this program. Jeff Scott had a hell of a players down there. They just didn't give him enough time.
I don't know much about Jeff Scott. I know that's Brad Scott's son.
All I needed was one more year.
Yeah, here's all you need to know. Jeff Scott's players of 1- and 2-star players outplayed your 5-star players with Nick Saban coaching them. That's what you need to know. You're lucky you pulled away.
Yeah, it happens. Everybody has games like that. Your team, Clemson, lost to Duke by 21. So,
yeah, we're a shithole, sir.
I wouldn't go that far. I think
No, sir. I'm not one of these people that's gonna, coach sugar on top of it. Clemson could win the rest of the games this season, and they're still a shithole. When you lose by 21 to a fucking basketball school, you're not a good fucking football team. I don't give a shit. So that's the way that it is. Maybe I just look at it differently.
But yeah, speaking of Clemson, there's talks that Clemson may go to the SEC. They could be leaving the ACC next month or something. There should be an announcement or something.
October 10th is the date.
Right. Now,
October 10th.
The SEC's got a strict rule about storming the field. How would that affect Clemson?
I don't know how that'll work. It's something that they've done forever, so I don't know. I don't know how they'll work that out. It's just tradition that they meet at the field. I'm sure that they'll work something out. They let Mississippi State have cowbells. They have to make some concessions if they're going to try to be a big super conference. So.
And I don't really have a problem with Mississippi State with their cowbells. I really don't. That's their tradition and their culture. Let them have them. I don't think it hurts anybody. But my next thought was the Duke Notre Dame game. Duke pissed that game away. On 4th and 15 or whatever, you cannot let a quarterback scramble and pick that first down up under no circumstances. Duke had that game. They just pissed it away, I think.
What's got me ticked off is the past 2 games. We've had some really good games on in the 7:30 slot, and I've been sitting here watching South Carolina fart around the last 2 weeks, and I've missed both of them.
Right, and where's South Carolina play at? Who they play this week, and what time slot they play in?
Thank God they don't play anybody.
Yeah,
they're all okay.
The bye week, but then they play Florida the week after that.
Florida, yeah, they might beat Florida. Florida's having some issues down there. They're not too happy with Napier after Kentucky just lined up and ran through them like through a tin horn. Uncle Lou was talking about Auburn and Alabama's quarterback situation, but God, that Kentucky quarterback situation, that boy's awful. They would have probably hung 50 on Florida if they had a quarterback that could throw, don't y'all think?
Yeah.
You're right, man.
He's
you got any more thoughts there, Tom? I've got more people waiting here. I want to make sure I get everybody a chance this evening.
Okay, just real quick, I just want to send a shout out to if Uncle Lou's listening. Love your hype and hate video about Auburn. If y'all ain't had a chance to see it, go look at it. The beginning is awesome. But other guys want to get in, so I'm gonna get off of here and give somebody else a chance.
Thank you,
All right.
Tom.
Yeah.
Great, Tom. All right, let's add Ray. Ray, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Rob?
Hi.
Hey, Florida State fan, talking for a couple of weeks now, and like I told you, I knew you guys, if you played well, you were going to handle Syracuse, and you guys were telling me, well, we might struggle. I knew better than that shit. Come on, guys.
Well, but look,
if
you look at Dino Babers' teams that he's had for the past 5 or 6 years, they always start out strong. They're like the Kentucky of the ACC. They play 4 or 5 teams that are beneath them, and then they get into conference play. They generally kind of fall flat, and then they struggle to get to that 6-7 win plateau there because they end up having injuries and they have lack of depth. That's basically what happens with them. So, yeah, I mean, look, I felt confident.
Agree with that, but
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, anyway.
I just felt supremely confident. You just got too much talent. Anybody can play terrible. You proved that against Duke. Okay, you actually played well. You just turned the ball over. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I was gone to the racetrack last night. I didn't even get to watch the games, but with the Wake Forest caller, Rob, you got to do me one favor: beat the fuck out of the asshole. I cannot stand fucking Wake Forest. I've heard that bullshit.
When was the last time you heard anybody say that?
Yeah, I can't believe someone's like, hey, can you please beat Wake Forest for us?
Well, we full plan on dog stomping their ass this year, okay? So why not join the party and we'll all have a good time? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you know, it is what it is. You got Paulson dude. He's a very, very good coach. You can't say, I don't know why he does it for somewhere else, but maybe he's just happy there. I mean, it could be because, you know, you can't, at a big-time program, you can't win every 2 or 3 years. You have to win every year. And maybe he doesn't want the pressure. I don't know. But one question I got is, maybe you and Rob both. Okay, so the AP comes out. Florida State loses an overtime at Clemson, and we drop. Georgia beats Auburn in Auburn by 7, and they stay number 1. Okay, I've heard this bullshit about how tough it is to win at Auburn. How hard do you think it is to win in fucking Clemson, Rob? How many times have they lost in Clemson? I mean, I'm being honest, I don't understand the rationale if you're saying, okay, we only won by 7. Well, we won our game and we dropped. I understand. It makes no difference at the end of the day.
To be fair, Georgia's earned the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they've won the last 2 national championships. Your team just showed up here this year. Not saying you ain't got a good squad, but that is what it is.
Well, and also,
I kind of agree with that, but you can't. My question is, my point is, you're going to say it's tougher to win at Auburn with a shit team than Clemson that's pretty good team but they haven't played their best.
All right, so Ray, I got to let you go, Ray, because you're just bouncing too much, man, and it's throwing everything off there. But I appreciate you joining the show. I also think
it's
that
tough to win in Auburn when they're hyped up for a game. I mean, I haven't seen them that amped up for a game like they were yesterday in several years. And Clemson, I mean, I think the shine has wore off that place a little bit after, what the Gamecocks did. Let's just be honest.
Clemson is 2-6 against their last 8 Power 5 opponents. So when you have that rolling against you, that kind of can throw you off a little bit. Paul says Uncle Lou is going to lose his shit when Kentucky beats Georgia. Paul will Casper when Kentucky gets hammered. The opening line on that game is Georgia -23, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I read last night on DraftKings.
Take Kentucky. I mean, they ain't gonna.
Bulldog Brian joins the show. What do you got?
I want that.
Oh yeah. First, I want to say that's a real tough loss that Carolina Jackpot and the Gamecocks had last night. You know, I was rooting for you because nobody likes those soft as balls.
Thank you.
And second off, Rob, you know, I'm happy Clemson finally got their first conference win. It took them 5 weeks, but damn it, they did it.
Yep. The congratulations.
By God.
They will not go 0-8 in ACC play. We've checked that off the board. So,
that last caller, I was going to call about something else, but that last caller, yeah, Georgia's not losing to Kentucky, and the difference is Georgia's what 5-0, undefeated, still 22 in a row, going to be 23. Don't worry about Georgia. Worry about your own sorry trash team. All right, it's just the way it is. I don't know if y'all peruse the internet that well or that deep, but there's a bunch of Kentucky fans.
What's the internet? I don't even know what that is.
There's a bunch of Kentucky fans that are going around right now acting like Tennessee from last year because they beat a trash fucking Florida team. Like, it's so sad and pitiful that they're just going on and on and on. They really think that they're going to be able to run it down Georgia. Congrats. Georgia got ran on by.
They don't have any quarterback play.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to have some quarterback play. Devin Leary's not. I mean, I don't know if it's a new system. What about it? Just put it in the fridge.
It's open.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Well, Brian, hey man, I've got to. I want to move on, man. But hey, I appreciate you calling in, buddy.
But I'm not.
Have a good one, man. Go Dogs.
All right, there you go. Let's welcome Uncle Lou to the program. I'm sorry, Jackpot. Do you have another thought there? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, Devin Leary. I don't know if it's a new system that he's in, if it's new surroundings, or if it's that injury from last year has just slowed him down to where it's messed his career up a little bit or whatever. But he's not the same quarterback he was in NC State back in 2021, and Kentucky's going to get theirs. I mean, they can't play like that with that kind of quarterback play every week and keep winning games. It's coming. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead, Uncle Lou. What you got, man?
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like this guy in the comment section that's talking about how Kentucky's going to beat us. There's nothing wrong with thinking that. The problem is these same mouth breathers then show up on Sunday and go, look at Lou bragging about beating a terrible Kentucky team when he spent 6 fucking frigging days drooling into the comment section. Kentucky going to beat you. You're going to lose on the road at Auburn. Kentucky. Then we go out and we beat these teams, and it's look at Lou bragging because they barely won a game. Hey, dummy, you spent a week saying we were going to lose, and then people say, and then people that go, no one says that. Lou, see, no, the guy just said it. The guy just said it, and then he'll be on this show on Sunday going, man, can you believe Georgia barely beat Kentucky? Hey, yes, you said we were going to lose, dummy. Jackpot, are you going to the parade?
What parade is that?
The Super Bowl parade.
If I can get off work in time.
It's in Knoxville tomorrow.
What time? I could probably get up there.
It's at 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, bring your scuba gear. They got some shit they need to get out of the river.
Hey, Uncle Lou, we put your name on the bottom of the screen here since you called because that's the Hall of Fame there. Paul White gave us a super chat and you called the program, so we're gonna note that here so that people will see that you called, sir.
Well, that's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. But yeah, I don't think I've ever wanted Tennessee to lose a game as bad as I wanted them to lose yesterday, except for when they played Georgia. But boy, I sure was pulling for you, Jackpot. Boy, it would have been so sweet if Carolina could have pulled it off for you. But
I appreciate that.
Yeah, unfortunately, as I'm sure you're aware, Carolina's just not a very good team.
That's true.
Yeah, it is what it is. But man, there's always next year.
That's it.
Are y'all playing Tennessee this year? I honestly don't remember. I know they redid the schedules.
Yeah, Tennessee's not on their schedule next year.
Oh shit. We gotta wait 2 years to get back at those dimwits.
Yeah, the Tennessee fans will call themselves 2-time Super Bowl champions because it's back to back. They're already printing the T-shirts.
Well, Jackpot, we've been friends for a long time, and you have my word, sir. Uncle Lou's got you in November. Don't you worry about it, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
We're gonna go up there and whip that ass. We're gonna score one extra touchdown in the fourth quarter in honor of Carolina Jackpot.
Well, according to them, they're not losing another game this season. A lot of them.
They say that every year. Yeah, they're already telling me they're beating us because they beat you worse than we beat you. Never mind, they did this same dumb shit last year with Missouri. They don't understand transitive property doesn't apply here. Football's about matchups, not who beat who by more points. The Tennessee man, look, butt chugging is cool, I guess. I don't know, but it clearly has some sort of a detrimental effect on brain capacity because the common IQ capacity of these Tennessee fans running around on the internet could fit in my silverware drawer. I don't know what's wrong with them. I gotta go.
Fireball says it's Brock Bowers' UGA's offense. ? Bring that shit to Knoxville. Didn't Brock Bowers and Stetson Bennett and that crew run all over them last year in Athens when they were, ranked number one? You want some more of them?
It was raining, Jackpot. You need to take that into account. It was raining, sir.
Rained on Georgia, too.
Dude, we got to thank our sponsors really quick here. Callaway's Bar and Grill in West Columbia, sponsors of the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. Appreciate them for doing that. Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. We also have Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot, brought to you by DNC Trucking and Transport. Thanks to Dennis Wilson for sponsoring the program. Jackpot, tell us a story.
Dennis Wilson's lies. Actually, tonight it's not a lie. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Tennessee Pecker whipped our titties in Knoxville last night. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Go take. Yeah, they ran us through the weenie car wash last night. The Ding-a-ling car wash was open late in Knoxville last night.
He said he wanted to get pecker whipped titties into the read tonight. That's what he called me about earlier. So, all right, let's bring Chris from Georgia in. Chris, what do you have for the program, sir?
Who you guys got committed at like running back and wide receiver right now, or do y'all got some quarterbacks you're going to convert at South Carolina?
What?
I mean, why are you playing Luke Doty, who couldn't catch a cold in a snowstorm?
Oh,
you got all I heard about was Nick Harbor.
I don't know. I'm wondering the same thing.
Because there is Tashawn Fenwick's playing at Oregon State. You got the kid Marshawn Lloyd's playing at fucking Southern Cal. You got Jaheim Bell's playing at Florida State. There's your
that portal door swings both ways, though. That portal door swings both ways. Everybody that left, you could replace them.
I'm completely with you on that, but I'm just saying they at one point had some good running backs. Now they don't, and they've got to fix.
He's saying, "Why is I'm asking the same thing. Why are we sitting? Why is Nick Harbor sitting on the bench while wasting away reps, even though he is a true freshman? While we got Luke Doty running around out here in the slot catching passes, which I mean, the guy's not going to be there next year. We need to develop what we got and use the best players. I agree with him. I don't know why they kept rotating series last night with DeCarrion Joyner, who can't run the football worth a shit, and Juju McDowell, who can't run the football the length of my Vienna sausage-sized pecker, with Mario Anderson Jr., who's clearly miles away the best running back on the field. On our side.
Also on the front, why are you lining up Juju McDowell in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 and expect him to run in between the tackles to get a first down? It's nothing against Juju McDowell, but he's 5'7" and weighs about $165.
Which would be fine if he was fast and physical and he was able to make something happen, but he can't. I mean, the only time he's able to make anything happen is if he's in clear space and he can get himself free.
He's a scat back, is what they used to call them.
I don't know.
Physical capability to get in there and run between the tackles. So
we had a dude last year, Princeton Fant, and he was pretty fast. He didn't have great hands, but like I understand you're not trying to get in Harbor's head earlier. You don't want him having, but like, even if you just said, okay, we're short at running back. Listen, Harbor, I know you want to be a wide receiver. You're going to learn the offense, but we're going to teach it. Right now, we need a running back, man. We need you to be this big. Princeton Fant was 6'4", 230 pounds. And when we thought we only had 2 running backs before we realized who Dylan Sampson was last year, that was our number 3 running back was Princeton Fant. And I don't know why Beamer and Loggins wouldn't do something similar. Just like, hey, we're gonna get you on the field. We know you can catch. We're gonna shoot you outside sometime. Like, I just don't say. I was worried to death that y'all were gonna start using that kid. I genuinely was, and then he just never showed up, and I was like, I guess that's how Beamer wants to play it.
I have one more thing on the Tennessee game with Milton last night. He was obviously he had one play where he broke out on a run or what have you. I think he was playing that game injured, which tells me one of 2 things. First of all, he's not Hendon Hooker. Let's stop with that nonsense. But the second is that they don't have much confidence in this Nico kid. Otherwise, they would have ran him out there.
I mean, I know you said earlier that Will Rogers in a pro-style offense is not a good quarterback, regardless of what anybody says. He sat there and he played dink and dunk. Mike Leach has made a lot of quarterbacks get a lot of yards. And Will Rogers, ever since he's been in a pro-style offense or a pro-ish style offense with that dude from App State, he's throwing less than 60%, which everybody says Joe Milton sucks when he doesn't break 60%. He's thrown almost as many picks as he has TDs. Like, Will Rogers is exposed in a pro-style offense.
I think Milton is hurt. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying earlier, Jackpot said Will Rogers is twice the quarterback, or he's the way better quarterback than if you could put any quarterback in that. And Mike Leach.
I mean, go look at his numbers. I mean,
they're going to put any Go look at Mike Leach's numbers. No, people you've never even heard of put up those numbers.
Football than Joe Milton has too.
He put up people you've never even heard of put up those numbers at Washington State and Texas Tech in that same offense, dude. That's what it does. He's going to throw for 600. He's going to throw 600 times for 3,000 yards, and people are going to think he's good, averaging 5 yards a pass.
Okay, so you're saying on the program that you'd rather have Milton than Rogers. That's what you're saying.
Yes, Rogers outside of an air raid what has he done? He looks terrible. I mean, like Milton threw his 3rd pick last night. People are losing their mind saying he's a bad quarterback. Rogers is already almost double that, and he's played the same amount of games. Like,
I mean, he did tune up South Carolina, so he had more yards than Milton had. But I mean,
they didn't have a running back, so he had to do something. I mean, what did he get? 20? When like 30 to 33? So that means at most he threw 3 touchdowns.
I don't know. I know that the wide receiver had like 276 yards.
And why would why would we throw it when we're getting 7 yards a carry?
Well, because your coach doesn't have any faith in your quarterback to have the ability to throw balls like Hooker did last year. Maybe there's that too.
So we put the ball on the ground, we're gimmicky. We put the ball in the air, we're gimmicky. I get it, man. You just if Tennessee has success on offense, it's a gimmick.
I'm saying, first of all, I think Milton is hurt.
He never said the word gimmick.
I never said that.
Sitting here saying, why would whenever you guys play South Carolina, if Will Shipley comes out getting 7 yards a carry and Phil Moffitt is getting 7 yards a carry and they're both getting TDs, are you going to be mad? Are you going to be mad if Clay Klubnik doesn't throw for 300 yards?
Sir, please don't say things like that, because he was getting 7 yards a carry against South Carolina last year and they stopped giving him the fucking ball. Please don't say things like that. And that's how they lost.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's exactly what you just wanted Josh Heupel to do. You wanted Josh Heupel to have Milton throw it more, even though we were gassing.
It's not what I said. It's not what I said. I said, as far as stats goes, Rogers had better stats than Milton had. Why are you
in one game? In one game, man. You got one game.
I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, man, but that's what happened.
I mean, Milton's up to 13 TDs. I don't even think Rogers is double digits yet.
Well, okay. I mean, Rogers has played a tougher schedule, I would say.
He has. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, like Southeast Louisiana. I think they
played
had
Alabama.
Something called
Alabama. I mean, we'll play Alabama. We'll see how it goes. We'll play Alabama. We'll see how it goes. He did nothing against Alabama. If Joe Milton had Will Rogers' stats against Alabama, you would crucify the dude.
I don't
and see South Carolina 2 years, maybe see Clemson in the fucking the Cheez-It Bowl or something this year.
All right. Well, good luck with that, sir. I don't know why you're so upset. He's just really upset, sir.
They're 9-3 at best this year. Congrats. That's better than we're going to be. So.
They may lose to Mizzou.
What's that?
Tennessee could lose to Missouri.
I hope Missouri runs it in dry.
Let's bring another caller into the program. Justin, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys?
Hey, man, what are you up to?
Well, I went to a Braves game. That's my first time going to a live Braves game, but we played a good game, but we lost.
They've been losing a lot lately.
Yeah.
End of the season, so.
Yeah. I'm not feeling good about what happened yesterday, but Shay B, man, he said fast to joy, but it's getting old, guys. I don't know what he can say,
Yeah.
Did he say that again?
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, well.
We'll find some joy when you start winning some ball games. How about that?
Yeah, I just say myself.
That's my joy. That's the joy I want.
Yeah, well, I'm not fine right now, but man, he got to change something up because this is getting old, man.
Yeah, well, they'll figure it out. I'm glad you had fun at the Braves game, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, take care, guys. Go get cut. Stay strong.
Go Gamecocks.
Right. You have a great day, man. All right, let's see here. Taking care of the sponsors. Let's see here. Someone said, hold on, let me respond to this.
Excuse me, man. I'm telling you, every year I get sick about when it starts getting cold, and this year is no different. Coughing. I thought I had allergies today. I took 2 Benadryls and laid down and slept for about 3 hours. Now I think I just got a dang old cold.
I'm battling the same thing. Chris says if Mizzou holds them under 60, then it's a win for them. You think that you're going to score 60 on Mizzou? Okay. We'll see how that happens. I don't know. I don't know about that one, sir. I don't know about that one.
Hendon Hooker's still in Knoxville. They're not scoring 60 on Mizzou.
No, they're not scoring 60 on Mizzou.
Not this year. They'll be lucky to win out there. They've turned the script a little bit.
Dale, what's up, buddy?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
How you doing?
How y'all guys doing?
Good, man. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah. So, hey, great show, man. So what's up with Clemson, man? You know, they beat Syracuse. Do you think their season's turned around or what?
I mean, you can't lose to fruit. So, I mean, I don't think it's like I think that they can have. I mean, if you go out and you win 10 games after the way that they've started, it's still a good season. But I expected more from this team simply because I thought that they finally may have found an answer at quarterback, and I like the young guys coming in on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
I thought it'd be better, but it's not. It's not. They went out, they pissed themselves the first game of the season. Jackpot gave out my phone number, and people are calling me all hours of the night still.
I bet that was a dirty trick, man. That was a dirty trick. So
I know. I apologize.
I don't think he did it on purpose, but he did it
on purpose.
That's just the way the season has gone. It's literally pissed down their leg, and I get prank calls from assholes at 2:00 in the morning. That's basically
Okay, well, I mean, I'm a Georgia fan, So anyway, I just, I mean, and seriously, I have a question for you. How much longer do you think Dabo's going to be at South Carolina? I mean Clemson. Sorry.
I think, and maybe I'm off kilter a little bit with this. I think he's going to be there 3 more years, and he's going to retire because I don't think he likes the way the game's going, where he can't micromanage the hell out of his roster and guys can come and go. So I think he's going to.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think he's waiting for Jesus to come back, and coach the team. Name him, as a likeness in his honor. So.
Okay. That's a good question. I got to address. Hold on one second. I got to address Chris's comment here. He says that Uncle Lou blocked all the Tennessee fans and said he got his ass cooked like he's an egg roll at P.F. Chang's. I've never seen Uncle Lou get his ass cooked like an egg roll, but I don't know when that happened. So good luck with that.
Right. And hey, Jackpot. I mean, that was a tough loss against Tennessee the other night, man. I mean, I thought y'all would perform a little bit better than that. What happened?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I could have dealt with a loss if we lost 31-27 or 31-24, or we put up a fight and turned the ball over late and fucked up, and it was just something unfortunate that happened and we lost. But I mean, that was a what I like to call last night. That performance was gutless. It was gutless. It was terrible coaching. It was terrible on both lines of scrimmage. Just absolute trash, man. Trash performance. I'm tired of watching those kind of performances, and especially when you know how important that game is. You know what's coming, and you know that you have the talent to compete with them. This team lost to Florida. Come on. I mean, you have the talent to compete with them.
Jackpot. That's what I was going to. That's what I was going to ask you. I mean, I seen your video after the game, and you were kind of questioning some coaching calls, and you were like, at first you was with Beamer, and now you are like questioning his coaching ability. I mean, do you think that? I mean, do you think that Beamer's time is done there, or do you think is it just like talent, or is it recruiting?
He's getting at a crossroads right now, and I mean, I understand he's recruiting well, and I understand he ain't had the best roster to work with, but make no bones about it, it's all about wins and losses. I mean, if you're going out there and pissing down your leg like that, I mean, you're not going to get all the time in the world that you need. You're not going to get 10 years to keep on having next year's to build your program.
Right. So, but I mean, Rattler's been like the highest rated quarterback in the SEC, man. So, what's happening? Is it the offense? Is it the line? Is the play calling? The receivers?
I knew he was due to have a bad game. He had the bad game last night, and his bad game that got coupled with the line just deciding, hey, we're going to leave your ass out here to dry.
Right. Well, I mean, I kind of expected a better performance. I really didn't think South Carolina would win, but I thought it would be more competitive. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
it was. Once again, I mean, the first half, I mean, it was. They played well, and then you just had a turning point there. You have some dumb calls. I mean, they you go for it on 4th and 1, and you just have some predictable bullshit kind of call. I was so aggravated last night too. On 3rd and 7, you pick up 6 yards. On 4th and 3, you're picking up 2 yards. When you clearly you could have picked up 3 yards. It's like they don't know where the sticks are, and just got poor field vision. And I think that's all this poor coaching.
That's totally on coaching. I do believe. And
did you see that? Did you see what I'm talking about last night? Xavier Leggett. It was 3rd and 7, I think it was. He picks up 6 yards.
Yeah. So just a question as a Georgia fan. I mean, what do y'all expect from Georgia? You think we're going to beat Kentucky next week?
I think you're going to beat them like a drum myself, but.
Well, that's what you said. That's what y'all said about Auburn too, when we barely beat them. But hey, we did what we had to do to win the game.
I mean, I actually picked Auburn. I actually went back and changed my pick. I'll go ahead and admit it. I changed my pick sometime in this contest. If I'm feeling a certain way about something, it don't matter. It shows it timestamps and shows what I put in there. But I didn't put in a specific pick. I made them on the air, and then I actually put them in on Friday night. And I decided to go with Auburn, and I'm glad I did on that one because I got it right, because I just figured it was time. Georgia's been starting slow. I figured that was going to be a hostile environment, and it was. I mean, you're lucky to get out of there with a win.
We were kind of lucky to get out of the win.
I don't think it's going to. You're going to see that against Kentucky. I just don't. I mean, especially with that being in Athens.
Yeah.
Kentucky doesn't play well in Athens anyway.
Let's bring in Bluegrass Sports Media. What's up, man? We haven't seen you since basketball season.
I've been really busy.
You got a family, got a business to run, and family to take care of, and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, we've heard that story before.
Yeah,
I'm just
5-0 though, and I'd like to personally thank Vanderbilt for the best running back in the country.
Yeah, well, hold on. What does that say about you? You had to go to Vanderbilt to get a good running back. Yeah, that's where that is.
Well, it says that we have the ability to go to Vanderbilt and get a good running back, i.e., South Carolina.
Everybody should have the ability to go to Vanderbilt and get a good running back. Their football field doesn't have an end zone.
Did the Gamecocks go to South? Did they go get a running back?
They didn't think to go.
They've got a running back right now. If they'd use him, they got a running back that's better than either one of yours.
That's absolutely not true. But
I believe it is true.
Well, you take your Division II running back, and that'll be good.
Well, Ray Davis had never been an All-American in anything.
He had 206 yards against Florida in the first half.
Okay, did he get an All-American award for that?
Well, and hold on, Ray Davis also said it was nothing that he did. His exact words. Nothing I did.
That's what he said.
He did. He hit the jackpot
I'm not
line. It was
shitting on
nothing
Ray
he
Davis.
did.
I'm not. I'm
just saying. So I don't mean he even said himself it was not. It was all about the big blue wall. So it had nothing to do with Ray Davis. Just what he said.
That's 100% true. He hit the jackpot line. He said it was nothing he did.
I actually thought
I don't know how it became a jackpot line that when last year, or all you people did was complain about it. It looked awful.
Well, no, I'm saying you're the one that always says it's nothing that they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
Yeah, I do say that a lot.
But I'm happy to be 5-0. But you're getting realistic, me today. I'm fucking worried as shit about Georgia.
You should be.
I think everyone's. I mean, we're 21-point dogs for a reason, but I think everyone's going to hype this game up as if it's a winnable game, and I do not believe it is.
It's okay. You can aspire to go to the.
But you're realistic. Let me address this one real quick. Oh, God damn it. Just knocked my drink over. Someone, and I've lost his message in the comment section, says, I stopped buying Utz chips because of you. Please don't do that. The company might go under because of your, Mike Boring. So he stopped buying Utz chips because of you. Please reconsider. They might go under if we don't have your bag of honey barbecues in your shopping cart at Kroger. Please. Thank you in advance.
That.
All right. So I would like to ask how. So we're going off the South Carolina thing here. We beat Florida by it should have been a 21-point game. We beat the absolute shit out of Florida. Florida beat the absolute shit out of Tennessee. Transitive properties say we're going to beat Tennessee, but I mean, how bad is Tennessee?
Well, first of all, you really should come with your hat in your hand when it's talking about Tennessee because some of the best Kentucky teams played some of the worst Tennessee teams and got dicks handed to them. So I can't really take you seriously.
You can't take me seriously. I'm 5-0. You're not.
I cannot take you seriously when your best Kentucky team ever got walloped by a suck-ass Tennessee team. I can't take your program serious.
So
Kentucky's best win is over Ball State right now.
Yeah, you play a max schedule in September, sir.
We just beat a top 25 team.
Will they be a top?
Oh, give me a break.
Are they a top 25 team now? Are they ranked right now?
We are.
Okay, that you are, but will you
We're
be
not
ranked?
talking about you. You didn't beat yourselves.
Well, we have been close to doing that a couple times, but
I
know you did last year when you played South Carolina.
You're having a great season, and you're September champions, and congratulations, man. It reminds me of like the Rod Woodson teams where Woodson was out there throwing the ball around. I think that was his name. And then all of a sudden it gets to reality, and then Andre Woodson, yeah. And then Andre Woodson gets into SEC play, and he's not worth a fuck.
That's absolutely not true. He beat them, but
sure.
You're misremembering. I don't expect.
What the team go? 7-5 with Andre Woodson.
I think it was 7-5 or 8-4. I don't remember. I think
that's fucking outstanding. There, 7-5.
He beat the Nationals.
Started 5-0, and you finished 7-5.
Did he beat? He beat the national championship.
Sure. And they finished 7-5.
Secondly, you bring up all the losses to Tennessee. What does the past have to do with anything? If you should be the one to know, the past has nothing to do with anything because you guys beat South Carolina 9 years in a row, and they come to your home stadium last year and whipped your ass.
Actually, they didn't. They won by a point. But I also think there's a mental thing when it comes to that, which is why Tennessee went down to Florida and lost to Florida, and Florida's not that good of a team. There's just some places you just cannot play sometimes.
Well, nobody told South Carolina mental thing.
Well, once again, it's kind of hard for me to take your program seriously when the SEC is going to do away with the Eastern Division this year, and you've never won the East. Mizzou's won it twice. You can't win it once in your entire program's history? Come on, man.
Once again, we're talking about the past. Let me ask you this, Rob.
Even South Carolina's won it.
Have you watched Kentucky play this year?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Same old boring-ass Kentucky team that they always are.
No. Same old boring. Scoring 30 points, 40 points a game is pretty boring.
They're a boring-ass team. You're playing MAC.
Everybody in college football that's worth anything scores that much now.
You're playing MAC teams, sir.
We just beat two teams.
You think that you're gonna have that on Vanderbilt? Really? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
So hold on. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna let the Tennessee man talk about their win over South Carolina, and we beat a team that blew them the fuck out, and it's basically irrelevant.
Yes.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, the transitive property doesn't work every year.
Oh, I don't really care because I know how Kentucky finishes seasons, and until you prove me wrong, congratulations, you're 7-5.
Well, here's my question, Rob. What do we have to do to prove you wrong? We have 2 10-win seasons in the past 5 years.
Walk into Georgia and win the fucking East. How's that? You want to make a statement and put
Kentucky?
your
I'm gonna tell you what. Kentucky's been really good. Let me speak on this. Let's speak on something. They've been really good when they've had those 10-win seasons of beating teams that they should beat. I'll give them credit for that. But I mean, they don't beat the Georgias of the world, and then they don't go into the hostile environments and win those big games. That's what keeps them from elevating to the next level on those seasons that they actually, win 10 games or whatnot. But
so Jackpot,
congratulations! I mean, you're beating the teams that you should beat.
No, and I
There's something to be said for that.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but the problem is, no one can say they went in and beat Georgia. Georgia's won 22 straight fucking football games, so that comment's irrelevant because no one's beating Georgia.
Well, then be the team that does.
I mean, we've done it. I mean, it ain't been that long. I mean, that many years ago, we went in there and did it.
No one has consistently beaten Georgia. They've won 22 straight. They've won 2 straight national championships.
Right. So if you want to be the baddest kid on the block, go slap the biggest kid on the block in the nose. You want to get some respect, earn it. That's the way it works.
So let me ask you this: if we beat Georgia, you guys are gonna give Kentucky respect?
Sure.
I'll give them all the respect in the world if they do.
Congratulations, you beat Georgia.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
All right.
Chris,
in your 10-win seasons, did you beat Tennessee?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. We beat them in Neyland by 20-something points one year.
1 year. What year was that?
So I think it was 2020. Or no, that wasn't a 10-win season. Fuck. I don't actually.
Okay, they were 3-7 in 2020. In 2018, your 10-win season with Benny Snell, did you or did you not go into Neyland Stadium and take on a team coached by Jeremy Pruitt with Garrett Garandudu at quarterback and get your dookie pushed in?
Never mind. I'm wrong. We did not beat them in the 10-win season because the 10-win season.
How can I know what your team did and you don't even know what your team did?
Listen, the 2020 year blends together.
It blends together with what?
The other years, the 2021
2020 year?
The 2021 year.
How? That doesn't make any sense.
It's the same players.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
What doesn't make any sense? It's the same. It's the same players. Everyone who was eligible to come back.
Okay, well, we got a lot of the same players in 2023 that we had in 2022. But the 2023 season, to me, isn't blending together with the 2022 season.
All right, whatever, Jay.
That inherently doesn't make any sense.
Maybe my brain's not as good. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uncle Lou says he forgot about Garen. How could you forget about Garen Doo-Doo?
Hey, that guy was awful. Still beat us, but awful.
He was awful against everybody else but you.
He actually was awful against everybody else. It's actually fucking ridiculous how these Tennessee guys play against Kentucky, and then they
wasn't awful against South Carolina.
Are you hearing what I'm saying to you here? You have 4 wins against Tennessee since 1985. Win more than 4 games against Tennessee since 1985.
But here's the thing, Rob. You're going to be able to say the same thing next year when we beat them this year. You have 5 wins since 1985. The past does not matter.
Okay.
Why does the past matter?
Sure. I mean, you're 5-0, man. Congratulations. What else do you want? South Carolina since 1985. How many wins do they have against Tennessee?
I think they're even in the past 18 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 10 wins since 1985. That's like twice as many as Kentucky has. But yeah.
Yep. And I wasn't born yet, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, so it only matters in the season that you're in. Got it.
Well, hold up, Rob. Aren't you the one?
Well, I wasn't born in 1969, but the ACC championship we won back then, it matters.
Now, Rob,
we painted it on the side of our stadium.
Now, Rob, you can't talk out of both sides of your face. You're the one that always asks if you can watch your national championship in HD. Now, is that what matters or what?
That is what matters.
So why the fuck we're going back to 1985?
Well, you want to go back. I did that so you could have the 4th win. Do you want to have 3 wins?
Sure.
3 wins since the HD era? Is that the way you want to go?
So
okay, you have 3 wins since you could watch TV in HD. Congratulations.
Which is when?
I don't know. When they start HD in 2000, I guess. I don't know. 1999. I have no clue. All right. Does that make you feel better?
No, you completely change the narrative every time you have an argument. At one point,
I'm not changing the narrative at all. I've said point blank, no, sir. I have said point blank, you don't win shit after September every single year until you win some games in October. Then I'll start taking you seriously as a program. You've never won the SEC East. You're taking running backs from Vanderbilt and calling them your own. You're not a relevant program.
It's not that. It's not that, Rob. It's in this situation where you have a program that has just now became relevant and now became on the rise.
How are you relevant now?
We're 5-0. We have 2 10-win seasons in the past 5 years.
Louisville is 5-0, sir. Are they relevant?
Sure,
Missouri's 5-0. Are they relevant?
You're 5-0. Why are you not ranked number 1 then?
Why they're 5-0? Are they relevant?
Who? I didn't hear the last one.
Missouri's 5-0.
Missouri's 5-0. Yeah, they're relevant right now.
Okay, so they're relevant. Got it. So only teams that are 5-0 are the relevant teams. Got it.
No, but what I'm saying, Rob, is in this situation where you feel your program is more set up to mine, which it is. I
haven't said anything about the Clemson program, sir. I've just said exclusive thoughts about Kentucky. So
what I'm saying,
my mouth.
Our conversation tonight has pretty much been focused around South Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky.
Okay, here's what I'm saying, Rob. When you're talking about a program like Kentucky, who's not a traditional power, you would say, you start talking about the past. But then when Tennessee fans call in and they want to talk about the past, you tell them you haven't been relevant for 15 years, all the yada, yada, yada. You have to pick a lane. you can't go to the past on teams that aren't perennial blue buds.
I can talk about whatever the hell I want. My name is on the marquee, and I'm telling you, the way that it works is very simple. Kentucky doesn't win games after September on a consistent basis, and Tennessee's been shit for 15 years. Both of those things are true statements, sir. Anything else?
No, I mean, yeah, you're completely wrong. But
I'm completely correct. I'm completely correct. Tennessee had a winless season like in what, 7 or 8 years ago?
No, that's not the argument.
1998 at them is because they've sucked since 1998. They haven't won yet. It's the same theory. Kentucky forgets that once basketball season starts, they forget about the football team.
So let me ask you this, Rob. You went back to 1985 with Kentucky.
Right.
How come Tennessee fans can't go back to 1998 and start talking about that?
You know what? I'm gonna take the assist from Uncle Lou here. I'm gonna let him be Isaiah Thomas. I'm gonna be Bill Laimbeer and dunk on your head right now. Nobody who hasn't won their conference in 25 years is relevant. Very good, sir. Have you won a conference title in football in 25 years? No, you haven't. You're not relevant. Thank you. Anything else?
Whatever, Rob. You guys have a good night.
Have a good night, sir.
When was the last time Kentucky won the SEC?
I think it's like 1950 something.
It was 1951.
They've never won in the modern era.
So that was under Bear Bryant. God,
yeah. Bear Bryant was the last head coach to win them an SEC championship. And that was back in, I think, 1950, or I think they might have shared it with Tennessee in 51. What am I hauling?
What are you hauling? I'm just asking. I'm not being smart.
Food.
Okay, cool.
Word around sure is you used to be a power lifter.
I used to.
Well,
Kentucky won in 1950.
Sounds like it's raining wherever he's at.
Yeah,
no, that's my AC.
Oh.
Yeah, Kentucky won in 1950.
Turn it down and sweat a little bit so we can hear you better.
According to the SEC Sports.
You can turn it back on.
There, I shut off my truck.
All right, what else you got there, TriStar?
Oh, not much. I'm feeling good. I like how my defense is looking. I think the offensive line finally looked good. Now we got Cooper Mays back. We're still working out the kinks.
Cooper Mays is a hell of a hand.
He is. I mean, it looked like Dylan Sampson and Jalen Ryder run through the damn parting of the Red Sea.
Respectfully, I don't know how much that has to do with your defense or your offense or South Carolina's defense.
Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
Sure.
We get Texas A&M, and that's where we'll find out where we are. I mean,
wait a minute. Hold on. I got to give Dr. Vol credit. They lost to Tennessee in 1951.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, here's a funny little stat for you. Did you know Bear Bryant never beat Robert Nealon? He only tied him once. Of course, he never played against Bear Bryant when he was at Alabama.
Uncle Lou says Kentucky and Tennessee is a fair fight and legit rivalry. Two similar programs.
I mean, if you count one team absolutely dominating a series since Prohibition, I mean, I guess.
Sure.
Right back. I got to step to the rear for a moment.
Anyway, what else do you have for the program, sir?
So, how are you feeling about Clemson right now? I mean, they're 2-2.
I already told you. I mean, actually, they're 3-2, but I've already told people that I expected more out of them this season. They could still have a good season. They could win 9-10 games. They could win 7 games. They could win 5 games. I can't give you an educated answer as to where Clemson's going to be because they keep turning the fucking ball over. And aren't something that you can forecast.
Is Dabo finally going to have a come to Jesus meeting and actually start using the transfer portal?
I don't know.
Because in the words of Josh Pate, 1 or 2 things is going to happen this offseason. He's either going to hit that portal really heavy, or he's going to end up retiring because he just does not want to get with the modern game.
Yeah. Alex with a good point here. He says he's 29, and the last time Tennessee won the East, he was in 7th grade. Good point, sir. Good point.
Yeah, 2007.
Mm.
I still remember that game.
So there you go with that.
Which again, the SEC is completely wide open. I've been saying since that game at Florida, I think Tennessee just played bad. I don't think Florida's that good of a team. I think they got up for us, and we just didn't respond. But we'll see as the season goes. Our next 3 games at home versus A&M, and then on back-to-back road games at Alabama and at Kentucky. I mean, we'll find out. I'm still not completely sold on Kentucky. I'm still not completely sold on Missouri.
Move your mom's car. I can't get out.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because for one, Missouri, everybody's beating their chest about, oh, look, they beat Kansas State. Kansas State's horrible. Kansas State, I said coming into this year, they were going to fall off a cliff because they lost that running back. They don't have the talent they had last year.
Drop a deuce bone. Yeah, he was special.
I can just remember back in the day.
Missouri stormed the field over that win. Did you know that? They threw the goalpost in the Missouri River.
Yeah.
Good.
I remember back in the day when Tennessee was a relevant enough program that they didn't have to go into dark mode and wear Halloween fucking uniforms.
Hey, come on now. We wanted to wear those, and the players like them. What does it matter? What's the difference between Clemson wearing purple jerseys?
Let's get in that.
They do that for Military Appreciation Day only.
Yeah, that's
they do that to honor our fine soldiers.
Yeah, to honor America, and you guys wear Halloween outfits before fucking Halloween.
What does it matter? I mean, I don't understand what the big deal is about uniforms. I mean, that's the only time they're going to wear them this year.
They're the ones who made. I don't care really. They're the ones who made a big deal out of it about making sure they wore special uniform. We had a special night in Neyland for the revenge game against South Carolina.
I mean, what was the difference between South?
Paid the SEC network, which by the way is nothing but a water boy for fucking Alabama and Tennessee and Florida. They paid them to have the revenge guide and all that shit. They were
I saw that. That made me so damn mad. I said, look at these sumbitches right here, pole smoking. Tennessee, they pole smoke teams like Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, all these programs that have been in the SEC for a while, whether they were worth a fuck at one time and maybe they're not anymore. But then teams like South Carolina, Mizzou, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, to some degree, they just basically just like whatever.
Well, I mean, it was.
I just remember when Tennessee was relevant, they didn't have to wear Halloween costumes to get up for South Carolina.
Tennessee made us a lot of money back when Dawson's Creek was on TV.
I mean,
and Manning was relevant on the field.
I mean, it's kind of ironic, you want to talk about a dumb thing that Tennessee does. I mean, I could say the same thing about Clemson storming the field after every fucking home game. Oh no, it's what you did. Me at the pie.
Tradition.
Yeah. Oh come on. So it's stupid. It's like Dabo having a fucking ball slide in the fucking practice facility, having a baptism tank in the practice facility.
Dabo's trying to bring people to Jesus, sir. Are you against Jesus?
No, I have nothing against Jesus, but again, he's coming off like fucking Joel Osteen over there.
Do you not? How do you love that? If you don't like Jesus, sir, that's on you. I can't.
Hey, listen, I am a God-fearing man. I go to church when I can, but I can smell bullshit when I see it, though.
Why are you bashing people, bringing people to the Lord, man? What's wrong with you?
How is he bringing anybody to the Lord?
He's baptizing them.
He built a baptism tank at the practice field.
Oh, come on. Listen, when my cousin's husband took his visit to Clemson in 2012, and he's seen that tank in there in that big indoor practice facility, he asked Dad, he said, what's that for? Because it was like a metal tank. It looks like one of those ice bath tanks. And he asked him, he said, what's that for? He said, oh, that's my baptism tank. And of course, he's like, well, for what? Because, he was confused. He's like, why is there a baptism tank here? And this is Dabo's exact words, just in case if the Holy Spirit comes calling. And all of a sudden, he starts trying to preach to him. And that kind of actually turned him off. He's like, if I want to hear that, I'd go to church.
I'm just saying, if Dabo wants to spend money and to bring people to the Lord, it's very harsh.
He needs to start bringing in some wide receivers. That's what he needs to start bringing in.
Fine, and then
don't worry about the Holy Ghost. Don't worry about the Holy Spirit. The rapture ain't here yet.
Sure. All right. Anything else before we get you out of here, sir?
Not much. Tennessee had a good win. We got a good bye week coming this week. We got A&M coming in 2 weeks, and of course.
Oh, I'm sorry, we missed out on the last bit of it. I'm sure that's great, though.
Jack Dugan over in the comment section says UNC is legit jackpot. What you think? Yeah, I mean they are. I mean that was. I mean what they beat. What was their last win out? They beat Pittsburgh by like 3 touchdowns on the road. Always impressive. I mean Pittsburgh's usually a decent team. Didn't look too good last night, but I mean we'll see. I mean UNC's got some tough games coming up, but so far so good. They may be as good or better than Kentucky. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see on that. I mean, and once again, they did make it through. I guess the tough part of their schedule. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to think of North Carolina either. To be honest with you, I think that Duke's season may be over if their quarterback. I mean, I think his leg got turned into a question mark last night, and you never want to see that on the field, but.
And that Brew McCoy thing, did you see that? Did you watch that on YouTube afterwards?
No, I didn't want to see it because I kind of knew it was going to happen. And
it was freaking gross, man. His leg was like one of them was just straight up like it's supposed to be, and his foot on the other one was like laying parallel to the turf. And his knee was indented. I mean, like where you could see where that joint and whatever in there was just gone and it collapsed. And Stone Blanton walks up and you just see him do like this, and he turns his head away because he can't even look at it.
Yeah, I can't stand to see.
That's awful. I mean, and I can't imagine. I mean, he didn't appear to be screaming in pain or anything. I don't know how he wasn't. Damn.
Yeah, you never want to see that on any player, and I think the same thing.
Some idiot, like a South Carolina player, pushed his head down because that's just what they do. Number 6, he pushed his head down, and some idiot in the comment section of that YouTube video said, "Number 6 pushing his head down. It didn't help either." I think the damage was done by that point, and I'm sure that he didn't know what was going on there, so that was dumb.
Yeah, so there's that too. That's just it was just so yeah, we're gonna, the games that we're gonna pick this week, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Did you say that Travis Hunter from Colorado went bowling with the guy who knocked him the fuck out the other week in that game?
By the way, the funny thing about that is that there's a
that's crazy.
There's a set of people that are like,
they really did squash their beef.
Well, but he said it a couple days after the hit. He said, "Look, if I were on defense, that's the play that I would make. It's football. That's just the way it is. You got to make plays." And people were all talking about, "Oh, that's a dirty hit." Yeah, Travis Hunter's kind of burying that quickly. So there you go. So anyway, jackpot. The games for this coming week before we get out of here. Let's see here. We got Oklahoma and Texas, LSU at Mizzou, Alabama at A&M, Wake at Clemson, Kentucky at UGA, Notre Dame at Louisville, Syracuse at North Carolina, Colorado at Arizona State, Oregon State at Cal, Texas Tech at Baylor, and the Cale Hall shitter is Ball State at Eastern Michigan. Someone asked if you were going to stream next weekend, even though the South Carolina Gamecocks are not playing.
No, I'm taking the day off.
All right. Well, there you go with that. Anyway,
asked me if I would stream the Georgia-Kentucky game. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, I don't have any vested interest in that. I mean, and it's not even going to be a good game. So
should be over at the half. So there's that. All right. Well, there you go. Anyway, we appreciate you guys for checking out the show, and you guys have a good rest of the evening.